I'm a welder by profession.
Okay.
Comrade Koboko said something which is very, very important. The material we are using, in fact, is write-off. You see this rod, when we are welding, it's just your welding plastic. As in, you weld protector, as you weld it, to turn it to weld the other side, it will just break off.
Wow.
The rod they are producing these days is nonsense. Both the 16 mm, 12 mm, 10 mm, all of them, 8 mm, all of them are just write-off. What they are just the pipes we are using these days, channels, everything is just messed up.
So these items, where do you buy them?
Standard Organization is doing about this.
Where do you buy these things from? Okay, I don't think you can hear me.
What is causing this problem in our nation?
All right, thank you.
Building will just collapse.
Apart from the government side, the Nigerian masses are a major problem of themselves. In the name of they want to make money, instead of them to build one-story building, they will use one-story building money, materials to build 2 or 3-story building. So what kind of result are you going to get from it? For them to use one bag of cement to produce like 70 blocks.
One bag of cement?
Yes. Government be everywhere. Ourselves, we have to do something about ourselves.
Exactly. That's a fantastic point. Must government be everywhere? Must is even something. Can government actually be everywhere? They can't.
The other caller was saying, can government be everywhere?
Yeah.
Wemimo, government can be everywhere.
How?
Absolutely. Can I tell you why?
Yes, please.
Why is it that anytime you are building a house or you are renovating, you see the local government council, they come. Even if the place is in an inner place, you see them come to market, meaning there's something you need to pay for that thing you're trying to do, isn't it? But you'll be taking note of that, right?
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing, even if it's renovation, you're trying to make a shop from your house, you see the local government, they'll come and mark with an X. Meaning there's something you need to pay for this extra thing you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So nobody should. People saying, "Can government? Is government supposed to be everywhere?" Yes, they are.
Most of the officials of the Standard Organization of Nigeria, some of them will inform the manufacturers that we are visiting you on so date. And you know what those ones used to do? They will go ahead and produce quality materials. And when they come to their sites, those are the ones that they will inspect and they will not certify them good. Give them pass mark. By the time they leave, some of them will go back to produce the standard products. I have seen this several times because I used to supply this to some of these companies, and that is what I have seen.
So how do we check that?
Hello?
So how do we check that? I mean, when the government comes and they pretend to be doing the correct thing.
Why will you be informing them that you are coming? Just go there, let them be producing, get to their site unaware. You will see what they are doing, you will see what they are using.
I just feel the major problem we have in this country is corruption, because everything is centered in corruption. That's the more reason, like the last speaker rightly said, it's not because Nigerians could not afford quality electronics or other things. That's why the Chinese make substandard. It's because our businessmen feel they make more money when they lower the quality and it becomes cheaper and they make turnovers. I remember when most Nigerian electronics were coming from Japan or Korea. Your lifetime, the blender my maternal grandmother used, Wemimo, I am not exaggerating. We still have it in our house up to today and it's still working. But when these guys came in, they started lowering the standard, which you will not blame any of them. I blame the regulatory agency. They are not doing enough. They are not doing anything. And the so-called consumer protection agencies are not creating any awareness.
Those ones.
How many Nigerians are aware that if you buy these things and they didn't give you what you want, that you can go back to report and take these companies to court. Sometimes you buy milk in Nigeria, the sachet says 50 grams. But when you weigh these things, they are not even up to 30 grams.
Yeah.
And they are being sold in the Nigerian market, and many people buy it and they don't complain. A lot of times you go to the market, I've bought semo before that have coloring inside. When you make it, it has this pungent smell. I went back to the company that owns it, which I wouldn't want to mention. I know what they did. And they try to explain and they apologize and they start recalling that batch of semo in the market. So I think it's high time. People, sometimes Nigerians are also in a hurry to do things and we feel we cannot sue or go to court. By the time 1-2 people sue or complain, these things will minimize. But because we take it like that and the person will tell you nothing works in Nigeria and we continue the cycle, we should start asking questions. In the workplace, yes, what the other guy said, you see a lot of intimidations from the so-called Asians that work in Nigeria. How do we treat our own people? Our own people that is also in the hem of affairs are aiding and abetting these kind of things that these people do.
Absolutely.
Most times, foreigners don't just come into Nigeria and start misbehaving.
Yeah.
Our own people aid them to do all these criminal activities.
Absolutely.
They use Nigerians, even somebody that the work schedule is Friday. You see somebody using you down to weekend without any pay. And Nigerians keep quiet because they feel there is no job. I want to protect the one I have. So I think as a people, we are the problem of ourselves until we begin to realize that our life is not dependent in the government, but we have our own rights to complain when some of these things are not done the way they ought to. You will be very surprised how far you can go when you complain to the right channels. Thank you so much.
I think I should just go home because you've done justice to it. We can just wrap up and go home.